Fifth grade. The last comma rule. 7 of them. Here's the 7th. Use commas to set off words or phrases that rename or help explain another word or group of words. I like to call this rule commas with renaming. It's easier to remember than appositives is what it's really called. I like to call it renaming because it helps 5th graders remember the rule. For example, George Washington, our first president, was born in Virginia. Notice I have underlined our first president. That is the renaming part. You are calling George Washington our first president. Or you could say you are renaming him in the sentence. Now, that renaming part, that part that explains a word or a group of words, you've got to put a comma before it and after it if it's somewhere inside the sentence, and most of the time it will. Now, if it's at the end of the sentence, you would just put a comma before it. George Washington, comma, our first president, comma, was born in Virginia. Look at the second sentence. Glinda, comma, a soprano, comma, has joined the school chorus. And there you have it, renaming. Now we're going to practice. So, pay very close attention. Then, of course, you've got an assignment to do where you're going to be doing a lot of renaming sentences. And tomorrow, you're going to have an assignment for a grade. And guess what? If you don't like that, too bad, so sad. Now, let's look at these sentences. I'm going to do the first one for you, so pay attention. Miss Brown, the principal, gave the entire 5th grade detention. Miss Brown is the subject of this sentence. She is being renamed right here. We're calling Miss Brown the principal, or we're renaming Miss Brown the principal. This renaming part, there must be a comma before it and after it. That is commas with renaming. Now, let's look at number 2. And you try this one. I'm going to pause for a minute. You don't have to pause the video, but I'm going to pause for a minute, for a second or two, after I read the sentence. And you say out loud where you think the comma should go. Joey's dog, Fred, always wants to play catch when I come over. Now, think about the subject of the sentence and think how it's being renamed, and then think where the comma should go, and then holler it out loud. Go ahead. Very good. Joey's dog is the subject of the sentence, and Joey's dog is being renamed Fred here. So, before and after Fred, the commas will go. Let's try it again. Gina's sister, Sue, can play the piano very well. Where does the commas go? Say it out loud. Excellent. Gina's sister is being renamed Sue here. So, comma before and after Sue can play the piano very well. Let's try it again. The 2 hardest working students, Grant and Jada, will have extra recess today. Now think about the subject, think about how it is being renamed, and then put the commas where they belong. Say it out loud. Wonderful. The 2 hardest working students is the subject. those two students are Grant and Jada. So before and after Grant and Jada. We'll have extra recess today. That is renaming. The next one. My favorite day of the week, Saturday, is a long ways away. Now, think about the subject. Think about how it's being renamed. Place the commas where they go. Say it out loud. Everybody got it right. My favorite day of the week, comma, Saturday, comma, is a long ways away. Before and after Saturday. This is the renaming part. Let's try it again. Mr. McGuire, a teacher, buys his clothes from the dollar store. Where do you think the commas go? Say it out loud. Excellent. Mr. McGuire, comma, a teacher, comma, buys his clothes from the dollar store. Last practice. Oh, I'm sorry, no, it's not. We got two more practices. His punishment silent lunch did not look like fun. Where does the comma go? Commas, excuse me. Say it out loud. His punishment, comma, silent lunch, comma, did not look like fun. There you have it. Okay? His punishment is being renamed silent lunch. And last but not least, beef liver, my favorite food, is for lunch today. Where do you think the commas go? You can do it. Say it out loud. Excellent. Beef liver, comma. My favorite food, comma, is for lunch today. 8 wonderful examples on how to use commas with renaming. Now you have an assignment to do. You will have to, as usual, you will have to place the commas in the correct location. You can do it. Make 100, and if you have any questions, you can always rewatch any video you want, and you can always look at your notes to guide you and help you. You can do it. Make a 100.